Hi, my name is Rachel. I'm from modernlifesurvivalist.com, and today I am going to review a few products for you, which I found recently at our local Wegmans. They had a stand full of what looked like paleo snacks. So that caught my eye, obviously, and here's a product from Caveman Cookies. I love the tagline. It says, just like your great grandmother used to make. They had 3 different kinds, and I decided to just buy the 2. This is the original, and this is New World. And the third has a kind of a bluish cover. And these look exactly alike from afar, but as you can see, this is red and this is brown. Let's look at the ingredients. Actually, let's go through this side first before we go to the ingredients. That's kind of boring, isn't it? But that's the most important part. Some of the reasons why Caveman Bakery's cookies are so wonderful. Number 1, 100% all natural. Seem a little wary about saying all natural and making that as a reason of my buying something. Of course I want something to be all natural, but not everything natural or even organic is good for you. Eat gluten-free or grain-free. Awesome. Definitely paleo, right? Dairy-free. A good source of protein. We'll see why in a little bit. No refined sugar or preservatives. Absolutely. Made with only 6 main ingredients. It's good to know. Just 70 calories per cookie. I don't care about that. Low calorie is not a good thing in my book. So I guess paleo people do count calories still, but we follow both the Bulletproof and paleo, and we don't count calories at all. We go for the high fat. Inspired by a scientifically sound nutritional system based on what our hunter-gatherer ancestors ate. Maybe, let's see about that. Sweet enough for a dessert. Healthy enough for a snack. Chewy and delicious. So let's look at the ingredients between these 2. Let's go for the original. The original has honey, almond meal, walnuts, raisins, ginger, nutmeg, and cinnamon. Good stuff, huh? I don't normally eat any of those since I've gotten Bulletproof. Not very often. But generally these things are safe. For once in a while, raisins are very high in sugar. Honey as well can spike your insulin just as much as sugar. But the good thing is honey is antifungal. So you not only eat with it, but you also can apply it to certain areas of your body. You can apply it to zits even. That works wonderfully for me. And ginger is, a lot of paleo people will eat ginger, but I only eat it once in a while. And that same thing goes for onions and garlic and all the other spices. We just, some of them can be very inflammatory, and we use it to a minimum. But for most people, they don't seem to have a problem with it as much, but I recommend to stay away from it, from having ginger, garlic, or onions all the time. Cinnamon, we do. Nutmeg, we do once in a while. We like to keep our spices and our herbs as fresh as possible. So we only use really fresh herbs whenever we cook. And if I once in a while will cheat and use dried spices, I use my spices that I keep in the freezer to prevent mold building up, because mold definitely is a problem for a lot of our dried spices that we keep in the kitchen. And we usually keep spices for years in the pantry, and that is not a good thing. It definitely builds up a lot of moisture, even if it's sealed tightly. Mold can grow in those places, and mold can cause a lot of really bad things, especially in your digestive system. So there's almond meal, generally fine, but also another one of those dried flours that we don't usually do very often, but whenever I want to make stuff out of almonds, I just take raw almonds and grind them, make flour out of them, and here you go. The New World has maple syrup, honey, those two things, almond meal, pecan meal, dried cranberries. Dried cranberries have cranberries, apple, juice concentrate, sunflower oil. Bad, bad, bad. Sunflower oil is bad. Pumpkin seeds and spices. So they didn't elaborate on what spices, so it might be a secret ingredient. But in comparison to the original, it has a lot more stuff. They definitely added a lot of sweetness in there, because they not only had the honey, which is part of the original, but they also have maple syrup. Well, why is sunflower oil bad? Sunflower oil is just another one of those vegetable oils, highly processed, and always a small amount of trans fat in them, even if the bottle claims that it doesn't have any trans fat, because they don't have to claim trans fat greater than a certain amount. I wish that they had used coconut oil for this, or butter, but coconut oil would probably be better for just being able to keep these a little longer. So this is what the original looks like, and what the New World looks like. And I've had these. This looks like a perfect circle. Not quite. But they are very, very addictive, and it's obvious it's because of the sugar content in them. But, you know, although they do spike your insulin, let's have one of the originals. It's better for you. I've had them in a short amount of time because they are very addictive. So I'm just going to eat in front of you. But they're nice and chewy. They're bendable. They don't break apart as easily like cookies do, because they're very pliant. So I see some raisins in there. Yeah, the original has raisins. Very, very good. The other product that I wanted to review was this product called Krave. I've already had some, as you can see. It comes in a nicely designed package with a Ziploc seal on top, which is great. It was very good. They had different flavors, although this doesn't specifically say that it's paleo. Unlike this, it doesn't either, but it kind of is implied based on the name, Caveman Cookies. And same with this, Krave. Just because it has that running man on top, it kind of gives off the idea that it might be paleo. And it was also in the paleo shelf, or not labeled as paleo, but they were all packed in there, and it made it seem like they were advertising it for the paleo people. And this is very, very spicy. They have a level of spiciness on the back, so this is going towards spicy, but it's also very sweet. And you know why? It's because the second ingredient states that it has evaporated cane syrup. No. Sugar. That is sugar, in other words. Beef. Good. Low sodium, gluten-free soy sauce, which has water, soybean salt, and alcohol. Not bulletproof. Take this again. If I were to make jerky, and I do have a dehydrator, I would replace that with coconut aminos. And soybeans that are fermented are not as bad, but soybeans in general I avoid because they do have a lot of mold in them, or the ability to grow mold. And it's inflammatory and also messes up your hormones. This has garlic chili sauce, which has chili, garlic, vinegar, sugar, salt. And take note, that's just regular salt. And regular salt is not great for you because it's only sodium chloride, and it's not a very welcoming substance, because that's a reason why people get thirsty very fast when they eat just salt, regular table salt, is because of that. Yeah, no, double on the sugar here. Spices, which has chili, garlic, vinegar, I already said that, including paprika spices. So they didn't spell it out there, so I guess they have a secret spice in there, just like the Caveman cookie. Lemon juice, lime juice powder, garlic powder, onion powder, sea salt. I threw in the sea salt, which is good. But they also had salt on the other ingredients, so I'm guessing that was pre-made or bought from a third party. That's why they couldn't control the salt, regular salt in that ingredient. Again, all these powders are, you know, for most for paleo people, they don't really avoid powdered spices. But for Bulletproof eater, we do generally avoid powdered spices. I'll put down my cookie and show you what it looks like. It's very, very good. Short and sweet because of the lime. And very, very hot. Caveman Cookies and Krave. Nice to have once in a while. But I recommend you just making your snacks by yourself, or this is what I like to snack on, almonds, or making stuff out of almonds. Yeah, ever since changing my diet and lifestyle, I don't really snack as much anymore. I have real hearty meals, which leave me full and satisfied and happy and strong. But once in a while, so these are truly yummy. Especially if you haven't had sweets or dessert in a long time, or snacks in a long time, these are great. You can pick these up at your Wegmans, local Wegmans, or maybe at Whole Foods, I'm not sure, but go look for these are great. See you next time, bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Rob from Modern Life Survivalist, and this is my wife Rachel.
Hi!
And we're reviewing these paleo products from Wegmans, and we seem to have come to a slight disagreement on whether they're good or not, at least according to the last part of this video. You had said that
I was too nice, and he's hard-hitting. We'll give you the hard-hitting truth,
right,
of what we actually think about these products. Even though I said, I listed all the bad ingredients and told you why they were bad, that's not the whole extent of what we feel about these products.
You know, they are in the right spirit, because we're happy that there's paleo products.
They're better than most.
Right. Well, I don't know if I think they're better than most. Yeah. I think that there's paleo products on the market that are being marketed as paleo, and that's good enough. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm just happy. I was happy that they're there, and that's why we want to review these. But these guys need to do a better job.
They do.
And
because the sugar content in these will still make your children crazy.
Right. I mean, you just have to look. It says 15 grams of carbohydrates, and there are 13 of them which are sugar on that. So these are a joke. I wouldn't even touch.
And these actually have sugar. It says it on there.
Exactly. And
2 times.
This has only 8 grams per serving, but it's an ounce serving, whereas this
it's not supposed to be dessert. That's why.
I mean, this is a two cookies is a serving here. You think someone, especially a paleo person, is gonna just eat 2 cookies? No, he's gonna tuck into this thing, and it's gonna be gone. So they're gonna have eaten about how many servings? So 8. So he'll have eaten 90 grams of sugar, and probably will have, a beginner paleo person will be none the wiser. So I'm not happy with these at all.
No. They taste good though, but just like ice cream, cake, and candy, they all taste
right. You
good
might as well just eat cookies.
Regard.
That's my guess. It's slightly better, I guess, because there's more natural ingredients.
Maple syrup.
But I have to point out, like, these people apparently, the marketing committee did not have, they just couldn't decide on a catchphrase. We've got own the outdoors, spice up your survival kit, good source of protein. That's not even really a catchphrase. That's just, I guess, an opinion.
Design.
Feed your need for meat. Tame that appetite or somewhere. Tell Wimpy. I don't even know what that is. Tell Wimpy snack. So just like their marketing campaign, there are just too many ingredients in this thing that just don't need to be there. And they couldn't make up their mind. I don't know why you can't just dry some beef, maybe put a little bit of citric acid or something in it if you have to.
Dehydrators are not that expensive.
Just dehydrate it and put it in a bag, and that would make me happy as long as it's like organic grass-fed meat.
Or make some, I think that's how you say it, pemmican?
Pemmican, right.
Pemmican.
Even, I was going to recommend the Garden of Life, what are they called? Beyond Organic. I was going to recommend Beyond Organic's beef jerky, but they even had evaporated cane juice, so I'm not exactly
So if you're going to do something like this and you want a little bit of sweetness in there, just use xylitol or a little bit of stevia.
Or even some lemon juice.
If you absolutely want to. Or some lemon juice.
Right. Yeah, we have a dehydrator in here somewhere that we didn't even buy ourselves. Yeah. And it would probably do the trick. Of course, we're too lazy to use it, but we just eat.
We'll probably show it to you so that we can get motivated to use it next time.
But anyway, I'm going to have to give the ring finger to this if you'll join me. So anyway, not paleo.
Crap you eat. Hashtag crap you eat.
Hashtag what?
Crap you eat. Caveman cookies. But yeah, I mean, we like the idea of it.
Right.
Just
so
do a better
keep
job
working.
next time.
Yeah, keep working on it, and we'll give you the thumbs up.
Yep, later.
A double.
Later. Modern Life Survivalist.com.